It's time once again to slip into your camo, grab your bow, and join us out in the field for another episode of the Up North Journal, presented by PSE Archery. The Up North Journal crew is knocked and ready to rock for another exciting adventure. So let's step outside and hit the trail.
This episode is brought to you by PSE Archery,
Black Eagle Arrows,
Cabela's,
Antler Action,
Spot Shooter Archery,
Tom's Custom Turkey Calls,
Family Traditions Tree Stands,
and Badass Slingshots.
I shoot PSE because I like one pin to 40 yards.
I shoot PSE for the perfect combination of feel and performance.
I shoot PSE because you can shoot lighter poundage and increase arrow speed.
I shoot PSE for the fastest bows on the planet.
I shoot PSE because my livelihood depends on my bow.
I shoot PSE because better engineering makes a better bow.
I shoot PSE.
I shoot PSE.
I shoot PSE. I shoot PSE.
Experience PSE. Experience performance.
We know the future of hunting depends on our nation's youth. But did you know that in many states, it's illegal for you to take your son or daughter hunting until the age of 12 or even older? As a result, we have fewer young hunters, and the Families Afield program is designed to eliminate those barriers. Hunting is safe, and the safest hunters afield are young people with adult mentors. Visit our website at familiesafield.org to find out how you can bring more families afield.
Welcome, everybody. Another Up North Journal minicast. Something you're going to hear in a minicast, not on our main show, but you're going to hear it in the next 3 to 5 or so minutes here in a minicast. I'm in the cabin doing the minicast. Mike is still on the road this week, but we got him to talk about something he did this past weekend up at his cabin, putting up pop-up blinds.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Nothing. What's happening with you? You're still on the road, and we got to talk about some pop-up blinds, and we got to talk to it about it over the phone again.
Well, yeah, I'm sitting in traffic right now. It looks like an accident on the freeway, so I got some time. I'm just kind of riding the brake here, cruising along, so nice and safe. And I got to thinking about these pop-up blinds we put up this week, and just want to throw something at you real quick. You know, they're always camouflage when you get these things, but they stick out like a sore thumb. You know, some of the things you really need to kind of think about is, you know, the surroundings you're putting them in and the brush you're using and how you're going to, you know, camouflage them up. And the one thing that I tried to do today is I tried to find some small pine trees with a gap in between, just big enough to shove that thing in between, and actually use those pine trees as part of my cover, you know, like a good solid base. So you can stick other branches in it. You can use that to kind of lend support, I guess what I'm saying, support to
the art of camouflage.
The art of camouflage. There you go.
Exactly. And you know what? It's kind of funny you brought this up because the girls were practicing out of their pop-up blind, getting ready. But in the summer when I was up there, I went out in the woods specifically knowing where I was going to put a pop-up blind, and I wanted to build up some cover around it. So what I ended up doing myself is starting off is I created it kind of looks natural of logs laying down right around where I'm just going to throw the pop-up blind in the middle of this. And then what I did what I've done in the past few years is because you'll see the ferns up there, is I'll just start cutting the ferns. And most pop-up blinds today have the little webbing that goes around them and on top of them, where you can grab a fistful of ferns and you can shove them in there. Same thing we do with the pine boughs or ferns, depending on the situation where we're at. And it sounds like you're kind of doing the same thing with trying to get right in the middle of the pines.
Exactly. You know, and that's just it, kind of use them as corner posts, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, as anchor points. And, you know, and then you trim out, if there's anything that's inside your shooting window, you just trim that on up a little bit and, you know, and build off of that. So, you know, it's just something I thought is a lot easier than trying to build with nothing there. You know, use it as a corner foundation.
No, exactly right, because it takes we'll say these new hub style pop up blinds takes, I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes. You got them popped up, ready to go. But we spend more time trying to camouflage them into what's going on than anything.
Right.
So, you know,
you can put them up a lot quicker than you can camouflage them.
Oh, no doubt. We've got a couple of spots where we know that we're going to be putting pop-up blinds. So we've through the last couple of years, we're starting to build up this area where we know we go in, and we update the camouflage with some instead of the brown, because of the tree branches have died, we update it with some greenery, and I'll update it with some ferns. And because at the top of my little knoll that I'm on, the ferns are pretty tall right there, so I can grab them, just throw them in there, and try to make it look as natural as possible. Is it? No, the deer is going to see it.
Exactly. That's the key to it. You know, getting it, breaking the corners up, breaking the top up, breaking those hard edges up. That's the key to it. And if you get that done, then you're good. If you can stand back and look at it and not see edges, and you can't really see the actual blind itself, you've done a good job.
Absolutely. So you know what, people, if you're gonna with getting out with those pop-up blinds, take the 2 minutes to pop it up, but take the extra time to camouflage it in. It'll help you that one bit more.
Absolutely.
And
that's all I got, man.
All right, that'll do it for this minicast.
This episode was brought to you by PSE Archery,
Black Eagle Arrows,
Cabela's,
Antler Action,
Spot Shooter Archery,
Tom's Custom Turkey Calls,
Family Traditions Tree Stands,
and Badass Slingshots.
Thanks for listening, and join us again here next week. Until then, remember, as we always like to say, if you're out on the water or in the woods, shoot straight and be safe. Until next week on the Up North Journal.